हेलो एवरीवन। मेरा नाम है डॉक्टर ऋषभ जैन। मैं सीनियर रेजिडेंट हूँ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ रेडियोलॉजी एम्स न्यू दिल्ली में एंड आई एम अ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ दिस इंस्टीट्यूट। आई डिड माय एमबीबीएस फ्रॉम एम्स न्यू दिल्ली। आई एम अ 2012 बैच एम्सोनियन एंड फॉलोड बाय माय एमडी इन रेडियो डायग्नोसिस फ्रॉम पीजीआई चंडीगढ़। सो हम सब लोग का घूमने का मन करता है। मेरा बहुत घूमने का मन करता है टू यूरोप, टू यूएस, जापान, चाइना, few countries in Africa. But the problem with us medicos is that during MBBS we don't have money. लिमिटेड पॉकेट मनी मिलती है एंड उसमें इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल तो भूल जाओ, नेशनल ट्रैवल भी कभी कभी मुश्किल ही लगता है। सो इन दिस वीडियो विल डिस्कस हाउ यू कैन ट्रैवल इंटरनेशनली ड्यूरिंग योर एमबीबीएस फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। सो हम डिटेल में जानेंगे कि रिसर्च क्यों करनी चाहिए, कब करनी चाहिए, कहाँ करनी चाहिए और कैसे करनी चाहिए। So, before diving deep into this topic, this is me uh, presenting my research in Netherlands in 2016, in the summer of 2016. I had a great summer in Europe. I presented my research that I did in the first year in biochemistry on HIV antibodies in the University Medical Center Groningen. So, UMCG has an annual conference for medical students called as ISCOMS, and I applied for it and I presented my research, and luckily I got first prize in the poster presentation immunology section. During that conference, I also met Dr. Stephen Hell, who was the Nobel laureate in chemistry in 2014. It was a great experience meeting him. For the first time, I met a Nobel laureate in my life, and I haven't met till now. And in that conference, I met a lot of students from around the world, all medical students. And I was fascinated to see that a lot of medical students are doing some pretty good research, even at a molecular level and a lab-based research as well. So mine was also lab-based research, and I was fortunate to have done it during my MBBS. And during that conference, we had an amazing dinner party in the night. The Dutch are amazing hosts. We had a great banquet dinner. I went with my batchmate Snigdha to the conference, and we had lots of fun. The Dutch medical students are amazing, and they really know how to party. So, another word about this genius guy by the name Dr. Varad. He's 2 years junior to me in AIMS. And this chap, this lad right here, is a genius because he has been selected for Rhodes Scholarship in 2022. So he will be joining Oxford University in Cambridge this year in summer. And he's one of the few students uh, from medicine to have gotten Rhodes Scholarship ever, and very few among the Indian students who actually go to Oxford University every year. So, yeah, let's start with why you should do research. So, I think medical research in MBBS is a very good introduction to medical research in general because as a medical graduate, हम लोगों का एक्सपोजर टू मेडिकल रिसर्च बस पीएसएम से होता है। उसी में बायोस्टैट्स, उसमें एपिडेमियोलॉजी पढ़ाई जाती है। रूरल पोस्टिंग में कभी कभी कोई प्रोजेक्ट्स मिल जाते हैं एंड उसी के थ्रू हमारा मेडिकल रिसर्च के लिए इंट्रोडक्शन होता है, बट दैट रिसर्च इज इनकम्प्लीट। आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ मेडिकल रिसर्च इज ऑल्सो लैब बेस्ड एंड बहुत कुछ उसमें नहीं भी सीखते हैं। सो मुझे लगता है कि वी शुड आवरसेल्व्स undertake few research opportunities during MBBS itself. Next, it definitely helps to build your CV. I mean, research and publications, all of us medicos know that they form a very important part of a CV, and more so if you are applying for USMLE, because research and publications are a very, very important part of your USMLE CV if you're applying for a match. If you're applying for government jobs later on in your life, for example, for a faculty post in government institutions, then they also look for your publications and research. And very, very fun, and which looked very exciting to me during MBBS was a free travel to international conferences. So there are lots of travel grants which ICMR, DBT, DST provides to medical MBBS students. MBBS students को ही मिलते हैं, and which sponsor your airfare to and fro. And so आपका बहुत मेजर खर्चा बच जाता है कॉन्फ्रेंसेस का, and you can attend these. Apart from this, your own institute, your own medical college also provide travel grant because research fund आता है हर एक हॉस्पिटल, हर एक कॉलेज, हर एक इंस्टीट्यूट में, मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूट में, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ दैट फंड इज used by faculties, residents. But if you are a medical student, an MBBS student, and you apply for the travel grant, you present your research. So even medical students को भी मिलते हैं वो. I know my batchmates, my seniors as well as juniors, who have gotten AIMS का travel grant to present their research internationally. Apart from this, money is also a very lucrative thing. ICMR has a short-term studentship scholarship every year, in which it provides 10,000 rupee check to all those whose research is accepted finally. And the good thing about this STA scholarship is that you can do it n number of times during MBBS. So I know people who do it 2 to 3 times as well during the course of MBBS. So next we come to when should you start your research. So I think you should start your research during the first year itself, because in first year you have subjects like anatomy, biophysics, physiology, and biochemistry. Biophysics not so, but I think these subjects provide you a very good opportunity to work in basic science, because हम लोग अपनी लाइफ में basic science I don't think करेंगे इतना if we go into the labs or into the basic science streams. So I think as a medical student, you should be exposed to lab work, to bench work, how actually the medicine moves from bench to bedside, as we call translational medicine. So I think as a medical student, you should start your research in first year, and biochem and biophysics are very good departments in which you can start. They have a very broad range of topics, very good machines and equipments, and very good faculty in almost all colleges. Physiology also does pretty good research. Now anatomy, a lot of people think that anatomy में क्या research होगी, अब सब कुछ तो dissect हो गया, but anatomy does a lot of molecular research, genetics based research, and they do research in embryology. So अगर आपका anatomy में research interest है, genetics में interest है, तो anatomy is a very good subject. From second year onwards, I think you should move to clinical subjects. Gastroenterology, जिसमें भी आपका interest बन रहा है. A lot of my batchmates, my juniors, my seniors have done in gastro, because AIMS का gastro department is very good in research and it promotes undergraduate research. So जिसमें भी आपका interest है, gastro, neuro, cardio, surgery, even radiology. Radiology is a very academic branch, and papers are published very easily in radiology. So अगर आपका जिसमें interest बनना है, you should start in a clinical subject from second year. So how to apply for a research? So I think a best way to start to initiate a research during MBBS is through ICMR, a short-term studentship program. So it is a program which is, जैसे नाम बता रहे हैं कि ICMR खुद ने स्टार्ट किया है टू प्रमोट मेडिकल रिसर्च इन अंडर ग्रेजुएशन. एंड इसमें क्या होता है कि आप एक अपना रिसर्च प्रपोजल प्रेजेंट करते हैं, यू मेक अ ड्राफ्ट, यू सेंड इट टू द ICMR रिव्यूज इट, एक्सेप्ट्स इट, देन यू वर्क ऑन इट फॉर 2 to 3 months. You present, you make a summary of it, and the final results you again submit in a manuscript form to ICMR. एक कमेटी बैठती है, आपका अगर एक्सेप्ट हो जाता है तो दे गिव यू अ सर्टिफिकेट एज वेल एज अ चेक ऑफ 10,000. एक्सेप्टेंस रेट काफ़ी सारे हैं इस स्कॉलरशिप में. आई थिंक जो भी लोग एक्सेप्ट करते हैं 90% उनका अप्लाई करते हैं, 90% उनका एक्सेप्ट हो ही जाता है. सो आई थिंक यू शुड डेफिनेटली अप्लाई ड्यूरिंग योर फर्स्ट ईयर इन ICMR STA स्कॉलरशिप. इसके अलावा आपके ओन हॉस्पिटल में भी डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, यू कैन अप्रोच योर फैकल्टी. Most of them will ask you to attend their clinics for 1 to 2 weeks to see whether you are serious or not, and then they can give you a research project on which you can work on. They'll attach you to a senior resident or a PhD student who will guide you also. Another very important, very nice opportunity is a research elective across the country, across the world. So a lot of my senior juniors as well as my batchmates have done the research elective in Johns Hopkins, which is amongst the top 5 hospitals in the US. And they have a very organized research elective program. You can mail to the consultant, the attending there. They'll revert you back, and then you can apply officially through their website. However, this is a paid. This is a paid elective. You have to spend out of your pocket. A very, very good opportunity for medical students who are interested in research is a Khurana scholarship. It is by the government of India. the Department of Biotechnology, in association with the Indo-US Science and Technology Forum, has initiated this Khurana Scholarship for biology students with इनका biology background है. So this is a very lucrative option, and the good thing is that it happens in summers. So आपकी गर्मियों की छुट्टियां भी इससे एडजस्ट हो जाती हैं. It is a 10 to 12 week research program. You apply, you send their CV. There is no interview in this, and the review process takes around 2-3 months. And if you're selected, you can apply for a research experience at a premier US university of your choice. So I know a few of my juniors who have done their research experience through Khurana at Yale, and in, if I'm not mistaken, Wisconsin as well. So Khurana scholarship is also a very good opportunity which you should explore. So you can see the DBT website for this, and usme you can type Khurana scholarship. So where you can present all your research through that you have done during an MBBS. So as I mentioned earlier, ISCOMS is an annual medical student conference which happens every year in Groningen. I think currently the 22nd version or 20th version must be going on. And yeah, currently everything is online, but as we know that the world is opening up, so these opportunities will open up again. So Groningen is an annual conference for medical students, and if you are if you are presenting a poster or if you have an oral presentation, so registration is free for you, and your travel can be sponsored by the travel grants by ICMR DBT, or even the conference gives some travel grants to the presenters, and even your college travel grants can work in this. एक बहुत ही अच्छा और बहुत prestigious meet, which I would say is a Lindau Nobel laureate meet. So it is an annual meet which happens in Lindau. It's a town in Germany, and it hosts a plethora of Nobel laureates in that particular field. So every year, Lindau Nobel laureate meeting has a particular subject. For example, this year it is in chemistry and economics, but in next year it is in physiology and medicine. So next year, we all can apply for this Lindau Nobel laureate meeting, and iska process is also similar. You send your CV. There's a committee which sits, and you require LORs, a letter of recommendations from your faculty. The committee goes through the CVs, and the candidates are selected by the government panel through your college. The very, very good thing about this is the travel, accommodation, sightseeing, everything is free of cost. So it is a very good opportunity to present and visit Germany if you are doing your research in during MBBS. So the next three are more of an exchange program thing. So there's a ship for World Youth, SWI, famously known as SWI, which happens in Japan. It selects around 30 students or 50 students from India, and it is a ship-based conference. So different students from different countries meet in a there's a huge ship, big ship, and usme everybody interacts with, exchange ideas, present their ideas, and it happens through the Ministry of Youth Affairs. And again, the very good thing about it is there is free travel, accommodation, and sightseeing. In इसके अलावा there are a lot of exchange programs which happens through the Ministry of Youth Affairs again. So I know a few of them happen in Qatar, in I think Maldives, in China, in Japan. So a lot of exchange programs keep happening. So you can check the Ministry of Youth Affairs for any update. Apart from this, specialty conferences for individual branches are also there. For example, American Thoracic Society annual meet, or American Pancreatic Association annual meet, or Radiological Society of North America, which is an annual meet for radiologists across the world. And similarly, in America, in Europe, and many Asian countries like Japan or China host a plethora of these conferences, but these conferences usually accept good research. So what I've seen is mostly residents and faculty applying into these conferences. However, I know my batchmates who have applied into American Thoracic Society annual meet. A lot of my juniors, many of my seniors have attended these conferences. So if your research is good, you can definitely apply into these conferences. They also provide a travel grant, and accommodation also is sometimes available. The airfare can be sponsored again by ICM or DBT. So these are the research opportunities which are present to you in your MBBS. I hope you found this video useful, and good night. Bye bye.